GA Foreword on Decoding by Toro. The Adventure of Life and Life's Guiding Messages. Who I am and how I can assist you. As a crystal child of light, I received, long time ago in the history of Crystallia, the task of assisting anywhere and anyone in the decoding of any messages, giving the symbolic meaning of them, and I got to function as a travel agent in the field of health and healing. I am a faculty member at the Magical University of Life, located at the Sacred Archives. Traveling through the lower kingdom of Crystallia, I saw how individuals ignored the endless messages trying to guide them, symbolic messages that were so clear to me. In regards to physical signs, symptoms and disease, I saw how almost nobody wants to deal with anything that is of inconvenience. So, I opened a sanctuary in the Miron Galaxy, where anybody could come in need of decoding any messages. And by learning to fly through the shadow world on my golden eagle, I was able to be anywhere in no time when I was needed. Quote, "Problems are messages." Shakti Gawan. End of quote. In my opinion, everybody has questions, is troubled and confronted by something or somebody, but it is only when it is urgent and painful enough that individuals look desperately for a solution. In general, nobody accepts the confrontation, does not take responsibility, does not look deeper into the matter, and mostly other people are put in charge to take care of the imbalance. Everybody becomes codependent. In many less severe confrontations, individuals just stay complaining and find endless escapes to avoid confrontation, filling life and time up with work, food, sex, medication, drugs, alcohol, and endless other things, and suppress the trouble until it becomes a desperate situation. Quote, "You must accept responsibility before you can solve it. You cannot solve a problem by saying, 'It's not my problem,' and hoping that someone else will solve it for you. You can solve a problem only when you say, 'This is my problem, and it is up to me to solve it.'" M. Scott Peck. End of quote. In general, most trouble and challenges individuals are facing are in their eyes caused by others and external circumstances. By pointing outward, you do not realize that you make yourself into victims or victims of circumstances. And it doesn't matter what the confrontation is, for as long as you point outward, you are disempowered. As long as you think that the things bothering you should be taken away, or you running away from them, you fool yourself, as you haven't learned anything from that situation. Quote, "As long as we point and blame somebody or something, we stay victims." Petrus. End of quote. But you would disagree and say, "Look, it is so obvious that something or somebody is doing something to me." Have you questioned, why is it happening to me? And why do I attract this to myself? Very few people seem to make the time for a deeper investigation, dare to look deeper and look for the real cause by themselves. Maybe this is trying to tell me something. Maybe there is a message here. Maybe I am part of all of this. Maybe I could do something, and maybe there are many ways to address and heal my dilemma. Then there is the question, but who wrote my book of life? And when you don't answer with saying me or God, you stay victims. In the realm of causality, We are all just reaping the reactions of our own actions, but who also trying to guide us to react and act differently. Quote, "The keenest sorrow is to recognize ourselves as the sole cause of all our adversities." Sophocles. Be not deceived, God is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Galatians 6:7. Everything around us, every detail in creation, what we see, hear, smell, taste, and touch, the things that happen, every detail of our body, what we think, say, and do, the challenges and struggles we have to face, and every sign, symptom, and disease is actually a roadmap with meaningful symbolic messages in disguise. Wake-up calls and cries from our body, mind, and soul, all trying to guide us in our life adventure. Quote, "There are no mistakes, no coincidences. All events are blessings given to us to learn from." Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. End of quote. I am Toro, the decoder, the one who assists in the decoding and translating of these messages from a symbolic point of view, and bringing a complete different light on any situation. The answers provided will not come from an authority telling you how to live your life. Instead, it reflects a wisdom you have latent within yourself. I provide you with a mirror that brings everything back to yourself, gives you back your power, assists in the translating of the messages, and shows you that your dilemma reflects in all aspects of life, which gives you a different perspective and provides you with endless ways to address your situation. Quote, "We don't see things as they are, we see them as we are." Talmud. End of quote. Everything happens for a reason and has a purpose, mostly not apparent from our level of consciousness, or even when there are no obvious benefits in the realm of body, mind, and matter. It is definitely for the evolvement of our soul. I believe that no matter how difficult the situations are in life, that there are endless ways you can help yourselves. I am here to help you, learning to help yourself, and possibly you will be able to help others and the world. Quote, "The only ones amongst you who will be really happy are those who will have sought and found how to serve." Albert Schweitzer. End of quote. Decoding, however, is just another way or deeper way of looking at things, which hopefully sets you in a positive direction. But know that there is an entire history before anything happens, and which we can only see and understand when we are on that level of higher consciousness. So decoding is not the entire picture or the truth, but a truth, or better said, a different way of looking and dealing with messages that express imbalances and looking at life from a symbolic point of view. Quote, "We are too much accustomed to attribute to a single cause that which is the product of several, and the majority of our controversies come from that." Marcus Aurelius. End of quote. Before you come to visit me and going further into decoding, I recommend to read and listen first to The Mirror of Life and The Way of the Wow. Looking forward to serve you. With kind regards, Toro the Decoder.